Hello, everybody. Here's Mel Cherrygate again from Whoever You Art podcast. Today I have another guest. Her name is Renee, and she's kindly agreed to share her journey with us. And I'm really excited about it to hear more about her journey and hopefully we can inspire more people and also get her uh, more voice to say what she wants to say. And this podcast, it's all about that. It's about connecting. So, hello, Renee. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. So, tell me a little bit about your journey, like your story.
So I became an addict full time in around 2019. I was actually in a car accident and put on pain medication. So that kind of started the cycle and then was taken off of it pretty abruptly without any type of support or help. And that's kind of when I started leaning to the streets and looking for support in that area. So I kind of feel like I was a little let down in that department. And I was at the time I was in a relationship with somebody who was involved in that world a little bit more. So kind of like the codependency thing
Yeah.
where you're like, okay, we feed off of it. Yeah. And at that point, it just kind of grew into this thing that was bigger than myself. So kind of went from pills and then went into harder drugs and then ended up dating or ended up leaving that relationship and then ended up getting with my current husband
Okay.
and who was also a previous addict. Um, I believe the pills I did for probably, gosh, I want to say like 4 years, 5 years or so. Um,
And
I
you
was in a,
you get a prescription for it.
yeah, so I was prescribed pain meds for about 2 years after I shattered my femur in 27 places. So, yeah. So I was prescribed pain meds and I think I was on it for about 2 years and then they weaned me off, put me on some really lower prescription
Mhm.
strength type of pain meds that I was just eating like candy. Like
Yeah, at the time you were
crazy.
already at it, right?
Yeah, I was used to higher powered stuff and I was just eating
Yeah.
it like candy. So then it got to a point where the pills were basically not doing anything. I left my previous relationship and was kind of starting to get on my feet, but there was still like it was hard because there was still something that wasn't being fulfilled. Like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to numb whatever it is I needed to numb the pain, the internal stuff I never got to deal with from the accident, all that stuff. And so when I met my current husband, he had actually started the methadone clinic and I think I was just not in a place that I was like, okay, I want to go that route.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
Just for who doesn't know what's methadone, it's a prescription that they give for you to get out of addiction, and it makes it easier, supposedly, right?
Yes. Yeah. So methadone is a medication and
Mm-hmm.
they have methadone and Suboxone. Those are two forms that you can take depending on your genetics and what works best for you, your DOC. And it's prescribed by a doctor. It's highly regulated. So you have to see nurses, you have to see doctors, you have to meet with your counselor. It's probably more regulated than any medication, in my opinion. But it's a process that you have to go through and you have to be in some type of detox slightly to be able to transform from your DOC onto that. But it helps, yeah, sustain you so that you don't have the cravings, you don't have the
Mm-hmm.
withdrawals, anything like that.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I was kind of in this place where I was something had basically been awoken is kind of how I talk about it. And I remember when I met my current husband and we were just both struggling and he was not at a place that he was stable on the clinic and that just transformed into us using things that I said I never would use basically in ways that I said I would never use.
Okay. Yeah, I actually talked to some people that have the same story as you, was the prescription because they had injured and then they went to the street and then it was like, no, I'm gonna do like, I don't know, crack, but I'm not gonna inject myself with heroin. I'm gonna just snore or, and then, but as I say, as even if you have a drink and you're not an alcoholic, you will be more like open to
Yep.
use the drug, you know,
Yep. Acceptable. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
right?
It's just like this, it's, it like blossoms is
Mhm.
kind of how I think of it. It's like you just keep chasing a greater, more intense high. You want to just keep going up because I feel like it eventually reaches like a threshold where you're just like, okay, I've plateaued. Like this is as much as I can get from it.
Mhm.
And so you do these things that you're like, I would never do that. And then you're in this place of you're hurting so bad that
Doesn't
you
matter.
just want some relief. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's the I've been in. I never use those kind of drugs because I think in United States they prescribe like um, more powerful drugs for pain, like oxycodone or something like this, right? And it's the same substance as heroin, right? And then when the person doesn't have the prescription anymore, they go to the street because they already had it, right? So I saw actually a documentary about fentanyl and so many people that have good lives and then hurt themselves and and then
yeah,
ended
that's
their
it.
lives, right?
Yeah. It's
So it's
horrible.
a pandemic, right? And I live in Portugal, and here they don't give those prescription. So
Yeah. I
uh,
wish.
yeah, I think maybe in some rare case, but they don't do it. So we don't have so many people added to heroin and those kind of drugs. Of course, exist,
That
but
is
some,
interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
that is interesting to hear. I know my husband talks about like other countries and their laws with stuff like that and how it they have less of an addictive rate than
yeah,
Americans. And it's fascinating, yeah, because that's how it starts, that vicious cycle. It's like, okay, we've
yeah.
got you. Our claws are in. We're ready. Like, yeah.
And
So,
in many cases, people that are on the street and completely destroyed had a
yeah.
normal life.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. Yep.
people don't understand what the substance does to you. Um, and I use cocaine and
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yep.
Uh, never got a bad like smoking cocaine or crack cocaine. It was always the normal cocaine, but um, but it's as bad as I think addiction. It's addiction. You get to this place that it's so dark,
Very.
and you have this pain in your body that you need it, and you just need to get it. You
You just
know,
want to feel okay. It's like
you
this
just
yearning for just feeling normal and,
yeah, and the
like
body.
everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just your mind, and uh, and that's when I was my lowest. I had to wake up like at 5 in the morning, and I had to drink something.
Yep. Yep. It's the first thing you think of before your eyes even open. It's the
Yeah,
first thing that, yeah.
for,
Yep.
and then the
Yep.
despair when you see you don't have it anymore.
Oh,
When
yeah.
am I gonna get it? Alcohol is easier, much easier, but I still had to lie to my family and hide. And like I always say in every episode, it's a full-time job to be an addict.
Yes,
You
it is. Absolutely.
you you don't have time for anything else.
No, no, that's it. That's why it completely unravels your life. It's like when I try to explain it to people, it's not just, like people think that it's something where you can function, like you can function to a point. And I do believe, yes, you can sustain it for a minute. But then it just inevitably, yeah, it inevitably takes over. You're selling things, you're pawning things, you're taking things from people you care about. I mean, it unravels really fast.
Yeah. It's it's for me. I always say it's like the definition of hell because you know inside of yourself that you don't want to do that,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and then it goes everything mixed up, the guilt, the shame, the I don't care, I need it, and like you also you are also a mother, I'm a mother, and I think for who are parents it's even worse, the shame.
Right. Absolutely. Yep. You put your standards that you used to have don't exist anymore.
Don't
It's
exist
like,
anymore. Yeah,
yeah,
like I
God,
was this devoting mother that you would make baby food from scratch to okay, just get a pizza.
right.
And
Yes, exactly. That's how quick it goes. Yeah.
I was very lucky because my husband was not never used drugs in his life. He drinks his beer, but that's it. And he really stepped it up and stayed with her. Why I had to go? I had to go to rehab. I could not stop by myself, and
Yep.
uh, and that's one thing that I was so ashamed of. To needed to go to rehab, and but of course it was the best thing that happened to me. But it's a struggle, it's a journey, and like 2 months ago, I was sober and everything was fine, but I was still feeling disconnected and anxious,
Yes.
and like not, I didn't crave, at least not conscious, maybe in conscience, yeah, but conscious, I didn't crave. And but it was like it's missing something. Like can't life can be just that, you
Right.
know?
Right.
And and I think it's because I felt too much shame. So when I started to share my story, which is just like 2 months ago, and I started a podcast, and then suddenly I had so many people reaching out, and then I really felt better and much more connected with myself.
Yes. It's very therapeutic. I say that all the time ever since I started sharing just about my mat journey and my addictive journey. It's like a void that is fulfilled without substances like we're talking about. It is connecting with other people feels very therapeutic, like a bigger purpose than ourselves. Because I think that's what I have found when it comes to my addiction is that the substances were that thing that just calmed what I felt like I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't getting. So it was like I didn't feel like I was part of something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So substances just helped quiet that, I think, in a sense, in all of us in a way. And so I think when we feel like we're not part of something, it makes us feel very isolated and lonely. And like you said, shameful. So I think that having that connection with other people that see you and value you and validate everything, it's like, oh my gosh, wow. Okay, I'm okay. Like I'm good. This is a purpose. We have a new journey in that sense.
New
So
journey.
very
Yeah.
therapeutic.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's how I feel definitely. Sometimes I can't even believe because I never thought I could get sober
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
long time. I did not believe that. For me, it was like some magical unicorn thing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
some people can, but I can't.
Yeah.
And
Like with me. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
right. And then suddenly you're doing it. And I think it does get easier because you start to find that the feelings comes, but it goes away, and then you have a bad day, but then you have a good day, and and you learn how to accept life, right?
Right.
That
Exactly.
it's
Um,
sometimes like your daughter is gonna have a problem at school, and this before would make me crazy. I would get anxious and oh my God, and oh my God. And now I'm more like, okay, there's a problem. Let's solve
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
fine, you
Right.
know?
Like calmly trying to process it. Cause I'm like that. I get very heightened over things and very dramatic, as my husband would
Yeah,
put it. But it's like in a way where I think everything needs to be fight or flight. And I think that's like the thing we're trying to relearn is like not
yeah.
everything is so intense, you know. So
Yeah, and for me it was this feeling that everything has to be perfect. Like my
yeah,
daughter has to be great at school, my husband has to be great, I need to be great. Like and it's not like that, right? It's not at all. Especially other people, you can't really control other people. And so you have to I mean focus on yourself and just just relax, trying to enjoy more,
yeah.
right? And are you able now to enjoy more life?
I feel like now in the process with tapering off of the methadone, I feel like I being fully transparent, I feel like I hurt a lot. Like I'm uncomfortable a lot, but I also see these glimmers of being able to function and be more present because I feel like when I was like at a higher dose of methadone, I was I wasn't able to I don't know, I wasn't able to fully feel everything. It is a good place for people to get stable
Yeah.
and great place. It's like I wouldn't have been able to have all of this if I didn't have the program. But I feel like now that I'm coming down, it's kind of like this like I'm present, but I'm also hurting so much, if that makes sense. So it's like I'm trying to make those two worlds collide and find a medium. But it's some days are a struggle, I think, in that point. I'm so close, but it's still kind of an adjustment. Yeah. Yeah.
And why do you think it still like hurts so much? Like what exactly that you feel
Um,
so much
I
pain?
I think it's more of the withdrawals from the medication.
Yeah.
It's yeah, yeah. So it's kind of going through the process, which I know for us addicts is very scary. That's like the one thing I get the most messages about is like I want to, but I'm scared because we have like PTSD from it. We know what
Mm,
it's coming.
yeah, PTSD. That's
I
right.
will say I've had moments though that I feel very at peace and
Okay.
okay, I'm on the right path, like I'm gonna be okay. That makes sometimes so worth it. It's like with every I always say with every hard day comes a good day, like or a good
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah, yeah,
always.
it does.
Yeah, it's
And
like the
I
glimmers of
think we have to allow ourselves to feel good because I think because we feel so guilty, it's almost like you don't deserve that.
yes,
No.
always. Yeah,
So
like a
you
reach.
keep, yeah, we keep punishing ourselves in our
Yeah,
minds,
yeah,
right? And
absolutely.
and you can't heal from a place that you're punishing yourself.
No, you can't. You're gonna I feel like it's always gonna keep you it's like a weight. You're always gonna stay
Yeah.
stuck. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you need to forgive yourself. And I know it's really hard because when we're talking about this and people are listening, sometimes someone that doesn't have an addiction may think, why it's so hard to forgive yourself? But why? Exactly
Yeah,
why? I don't know why. Because if it was another person, I would forgive right away.
right,
Like you're
exactly.
you're
It's
fine.
not yeah,
And
yeah,
and with us, we are so strict.
yes,
So yeah, it's like this
hypercritical.
yeah,
Yeah,
like the stepmom on Cinderella story that's
yeah,
just mean, right?
stuck in a whip.
You're not I'm not allowed you to be happy, you can't,
Yeah,
right? That's how
it's
I
like we
feel.
give ourselves permission, which is interesting because it's funny because I think when we were addicts too, we didn't, we just found a way to make, to fill that void, you know, and make ourselves feel whatever we needed to feel. And now it's like we need permission. Like we have to have, certain things in place before we're like, okay, we can let our down. We're okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and to
straight.
relax, to relax. I find it really hard.
Yes.
Um, I
Yeah.
am dealing with my anxiety much better, but sometimes I'm like on the beach with my family, and I'm
Yes.
like,
Yes.
what
I
is
get,
going to happen?
yeah. Hard to relax. My husband is always like, I couldn't pay you to sit down. Like, just sit down. I know your body hurts. Sit down. I'm like, I think it's the chaos. Like we're so used to all
We
the
are
chaos.
used to the
Yeah.
chaos.
Yeah. So it's like we don't know how to just sit and just be at peace. And it's wild trying to retrain that. It's like, I
Yeah.
am okay. My nervous system, we're okay. It's hard,
Yeah, you're
but
fine.
yeah,
Just calm
yeah,
down. And but I do believe that we get better with time
yeah, yeah,
if you
absolutely.
allowed yourself to.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
if you don't allow it yourself, you're gonna be punishing yourself until the end, and one day you won't be able to handle.
Yep,
You know,
exactly. And then you're just going to burst. Yeah.
you're
I've
gonna
been
be
there, it all
whatever.
in.
I
Yeah.
yeah, like you will need the escape again. So what I really try to, for me, the biggest thing is to forgive yourself
Yes.
and to find love for yourself, which is really hard. I find that really hard. For me, it's been very, very um, therapeutic doing those interviews because I, it's almost like I get to know a different part of myself
Right.
because I
Yeah.
get to watch me and then edit and then you start to feel a little more confident that you can do much more that you thought you could.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's like playing with, um, with being able to relax and trying to like put your guard down. I
Yeah.
think that the therapeutic part of it with recording is very helpful because even if you're not, I think even if you're not like recording to like post it, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's therapeutic to be able to look back and just see how you're functioning from day to day, like a video diary. That's kind
Like
of
a
how my,
diary.
yeah, it was like a mat diary. And it's therapeutic to just see from day one to day two and see the good, see the bad, see the in between, and to remember that it does all kind of settle at some point, but just, yeah,
Yeah.
trying to ignite that with yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and like how you could do it different
Yeah.
because
Yep. How you
um,
reacted. Yeah. How
yeah,
you respond.
learn from it, right? But it's so hard for us, for me at least, to learn from my mistakes because I think our mistakes are a safe place because we're used to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like been
So,
waiting for so long.
so
Yeah.
like it's your safe place, even if it's hell,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yes. 100%. Yes. Yep.
And and
Like a
feeling
sanctuary.
calm, yeah, and
Welcome
feeling,
without
yeah,
judgment.
exactly, and
Yeah.
feeling calm and accepting yourself. It's almost like impossible. I can't. I just can't. And but I mean, what I I I I would like to, maybe when I was really bad, I would like someone to tell me is that you you will find a place inside of yourself that it's not stable, but there is a space inside of yourself. It's not
Right.
perfect, it's
Yeah.
not awesome, it's not going to be magical, but there is, and you can work with that, you know?
Yes. And I think that's more of the reality that we need because I know there's some people out there that think that it's going to be like this. Like my husband's been through this process completely. And he was at a peak dose, tapered off, completely off. He's been off it for like 7 years. And he's like, I still have days where I'm like, I still get the skin crawls. I still get the, you know, the not the urges, but like the weird body like tingles that come with it, the association, if that makes sense. And so
Yeah,
I think having a more realistic standard is helpful
yeah,
because I think it teaches us or shows us that it's possible. It's not impossible, but it's still going to be a little bit of work. Like we're still going to have to work. There's another layer to it. You know, it's not just like the, because some people have told me, they're like, I got off it and everything was amazing. And I'm like, I'm sure it's going to be very freeing. But then you kind of like daydream about that. And I'm like scared that you're setting yourself up. So I'm like, I want
yes.
playing
And
ground.
I think it's this toxic positivity, right? That we see on, especially I use only Instagram, that you see like silver glow,
Yes.
found out that life after, and you can do that, and it's great that's happening, but it does make who's not there yet feel like shit,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
like it's
Yes.
not working for me.
Yeah.
And also we have different personalities. Like I have my best friend, he's an addict. He's been sober for 5 years. He used cocaine, and he is so happy and glowing, and oh my god. And then I remember, because I know him from many years, and then I remember that before he was an addict, he was that person, bubbling
Right.
and
Right.
so happy.
Right.
So he came back to that. I was never that person. I was always more like sarcastic and more like, like,
Like dry.
complaining about everything. And so I was not that person. So I came back to who I am, you know.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And so if I'm not that, I'm not that, but I can still find joy, you know.
Right.
And
That's very
I can
hard.
be jealous of him, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't change. So I think instead of being jealous, we need to find inspiration, uh,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
jealous is just a feeling that's gonna make you feel bad. And uh, and usually when you're jealous of something, it's because it's something that you want for yourself,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. I try to look at it in a way of like being envious. I think that that is more beneficial. I know it's hard sometimes because we're just human. We all are
Hmm.
like,
Yeah, of course.
sure, that's normal,
Yeah, it's part of human nature.
It is, yeah. And I think that if we turn it into a place of like, okay, I want to maybe have that piece of what somebody has or kind of like taking notes in a sense, we can work towards that. But I absolutely understand the part where it feels like, what is wrong with me? Like, why do I not feel like that? Why am I not at that, is something still,
And
undone?
and
It's confusing.
sometimes the person on, especially the internet, is not feeling like that.
Right. Right.
So,
Exactly.
there's the part of it. And I don't make videos crying and overwhelmed, but some people do, right? I don't do that because when I'm sad or I'm feeling too anxious, I have the need to share that. I rather breathe and come back to my
Try to
normal
work
self
through.
by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some
Yeah.
people do that. And I do think it helps when people are very raw and honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't like share a video maybe like crying, or I have this still like boundaries that of course I want to tell people the real thing, but still try to be positive. Right, because if you're sad and cry in your house and then you're gonna go to Instagram and someone is crying, and I mean, it doesn't help very much, you know.
Yeah. And I
And
think being able to vocalize or to emotionalize what someone is is feeling in a way, like if we can talk through it in that sense, is showing somebody that, not only are they valid, but just another way to be able to come out of that situation. Yes.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think that also there's like I almost feel like, because sometimes there's moments where I'm like, I'm so weak and I'm just so depleted that I'm like, I want to share this, but I'm also, and I've said that before, there's some things that I'm like, I don't know if I should share this because I'm just scared that there's going to be like, I'm putting my own guilt on it
Yeah, and sometimes you just don't feel like
and
it.
judgment in
And
that sense. Yeah.
that's fine. Like you
Yeah.
shouldn't post anything that makes you
Keeping
feel.
something to yourself is important. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
why I always talk to the guests I'm gonna talk to before to see what they're comfortable with, because some people don't want to go there to like what was really bad. Some people want to talk more positivity, and some people like to say it all like it is. So I think we have to respect ourselves in
Yes.
what we're
Absolutely.
going to
Yep.
share, you
Yep.
know.
Yep.
I am not a person that's going to share every little moment of my life. It's because, yeah, because it's not me, I could get much more followers if I did, probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have to respect my boundaries and my safety, because sometimes I do like three, four, five interviews a day, and then I need to go to a place and forget about that.
Right.
Like, forget that I'm an addict, forget I'm an alcoholic, and just
Yeah.
enjoy life a little bit. Because if
Yeah.
you keep also, I'm an addict, I'm an addict, I'm an addict.
Right. It's like I say all the time. I always point out that talking about this journey, it helps keep the addict mentality away. If I don't talk this part of it, then it's just keeping that side alive because
Yeah,
it's like those demons keep wanting to surface. So it's like the louder it is on this side, the quieter that gets, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
because
So yeah,
we
absolutely.
do have those, like the little devil, the little angel, we do have that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
The addiction, it's so much like that. Like, you shouldn't do that. Oh no, just do that.
yeah.
So
So
you're gonna
easy.
feel better if you do that.
Yeah,
So it's a dialogue with ourselves. And then one thing that I thought before I get sober was like, okay, I'm gonna try to give this other voice a chance, because I always listen to the other one,
right. Yeah. Yep.
right?
And I think that is the learning, because I feel like and I don't know if you had this where when you got clean and sober, you found like a more like confidence. I don't know. Did you find like a different? Because I feel like I've started to find more. Which is something I think we all thought we had as addicts. We all were masking something, so I think we all this like inner like liquid courage in a sense,
Yeah.
but it's like this confidence is kind of like ignited. Like knowing what we've been through, knowing what we've survived, I think brings a different person forward, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
completely, completely. And much stronger, I think. I think if we start to look at ourselves as strong people, because I always say that addicts and people who are in recovery are the strongest people I ever knew, because
You know,
it,
time. Yeah.
you have to rebuild yourself from scratch,
Yeah.
and with pain, with guilt, and everything. And so I really admire. One thing that changed for me, my shame, is because I started to admire people that had the same problem. So if I think they're awesome, why can't I say that I'm awesome also, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. It's
You
like a
know,
mirror.
just
Can't
yeah, just change your perspective, right? And yeah, so good. Ah, and it was so good talking to you. I love having you here.
thanks, man.
Thank you so much for being willing to sharing.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yep.
I'll be posting probably on Wednesday. Then I let you know, and I'll let everybody know when it's on Spotify. And I probably will post some clips of our conversation. and it was lovely. And we keep talking.
Yes, yes, I love
Okay,
this. Oh,
anything you need, just reach out.
awesome. Thank you so much, Mel. I appreciate it. And
Um,
congrats to you. I know it's hard to when people say it to me, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like I'm there yet. But thank you. But still, just wanted to tell you that it's incredible. It's a journey for sure. So,
no, thank you so much. So, kisses.
Mel.
Talk later. Bye bye.